You know, every once in a while, there's a whiskey that comes along that surprises some folks, a dark horse, if you would. Last year, we had one at the Ascot Awards that evidently outblinded George T. Stagg. We're going to take a look at it. Roll that intro. Hey guys, welcome back to T-Rod Whiskey, the internet's most okayest whiskey review channel. Yeah, that sounds about right. Every once in a while you're going to come across a bottle that changes perceptions a little bit, or at the very least gives us something unique to talk about. And I personally am super thirsty for that sort of thing. I love unique bottles, I love unique mash bills, and I'm always looking for something that's going to provide this earth-shattering or focus-breaking drinking experience. Well, last year at the 2024 Ascot Awards, there was a bourbon that evidently outblinded George T. Stagg. Now, there's been some conjecture around if there was some influencing or whatever. I honestly don't care about all that. I really don't. What I do care about, however, is a relatively affordable, relatively findable bourbon that can out-taste George T. Stagg, because let's be real, guys, that just doesn't happen. Okay, so the bottle I'm talking about, and most of you guys have probably already heard this, right? But it is Smoky Hill Barrel Proof, which this bottle specifically was very, very generously provided to me for purposes of this review. I'm not going to let that influence my opinion at all, but I am very, very grateful to the folks at Smoky Hill for sending the bottle out. So this is a little bit of a unique one. First off, the bottle shape right away. Nothing else on the shelf is quite like this one. You're gonna notice it just by the squat bottle. It's got a really cool cork design here. This one comes in at 131 proof, but the biggest part of this is it is crafted with blue corn. Okay, now this is exclusively distilled for Hazelwood Spirits Company in Lawrenceburg, Indiana. And then it is barreled, aged, and bottled by Hazelwood Spirits Company, Colorado Springs, Colorado. So, couple things to unbox there. What I'm hearing is this is a non-distilling producer. So it sounds like they contract produce through MGP, except MGP doesn't have typically a blue corn mash bill. So this is something a little bit unique. Also, just based off of the proof in this one, I would be led to believe, and based on some mild internet research, that the barrel entry proof for this bad lad is 125 proof, which is about 5 points higher than MGP's standard barrel entry proof of 120. So once we get past all that, the whiskey is distilled, and then it is shipped to Colorado, where it is barreled, stored, and aged for approximately 5 to 6 years in the very dry Colorado climate, which, as you guys probably know, it has produced some pretty okay whiskey over the years. There's a couple really good companies out there that are doing some really nice things. Tin Cup kind of operates the same way with sourcing and blending. Stranahan's is doing some really, really cool stuff in Colorado. And I'm sure there's others, but those are just the big ones that come to mind for me. Now, this was up in a blind for the Ascot Awards last year, and it was up against George T. Stagg, E.H. Taylor Small Batch, a couple others, but it was a panel of 10 individuals who were doing a blind taste on this one. It's pretty dark. I have heard nothing but really good things. So we're going to jump into it, and we're going to take a look, and we're going to determine for ourselves if it's better than George T. Stagg. Now, I do not have a control sample here. I don't have a George T. Stagg. I do know that Stagg is extremely good, and it's something that I enjoy drinking whenever possible. So we will see how it compares. And this is a true fresh crack. I have not... Okay, it's going to be one of those. It's going to come off in pieces. Knox. Okay, there we go. So, got the stamped cork there. Real nice. Wait for that first pop. Well, that was kind of whelming. I'll tell you what, this is a hefty cork. We'll use this to blow out somebody's car window later. That is a heavy, heavy all-metal cork. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pour ourselves a little dram. Okay. Yeah, you can just hear that close. That is just substantial. All right, so nice dark bronze color. I don't know if you guys can really get the full impact of what that is in the glass. Looks like there's even a little bit of particulate in there, which I actually prefer because that is the hallmark of a really good barrel proof whiskey. Ooh. Okay, I'm getting some stuff here. This is, I don't know why I'm getting chocolate covered raspberries off the nose. Rich vanilla, some oak, raspberries. I don't know. Something else there that I'm just not picking up on it. Maybe I just need some time to sit here and dive into it, but there's almost like a citrusy kind of vibe to this too. Like a lemon zest, not fresh lemon, but just like the zest of a lemon rind. Okay. Well, we're going to go in for a taste. Cheers. Whoa. Okay. Hello. That right there will smack your mama in the mouth. That is good. Wow. Okay, it was my first sip of the night. So I'm not going to try and pull any notes off of it because I can already tell you that's fan-frickin-tastic. That is fantastic whiskey. Wow. Okay. Okay, so there's a rich oak note there that's just really good. It's oaky, which I would expect from a barrel proof, but the blue corn sweetness, it's got like a caramel creme kind of note going on there. Creamy, super well coating mouthfeel. A little bit of like a milk chocolate, like a creamy milk chocolate. I don't know what to make of that. It's good. I love it. It's very good. And that doesn't drink like 132 proof. If I had to guess, after sipping it once or twice, I would guess around 120, 125. So it drinks a little cooler than what its actual proof rating is. But I wonder, what is that? There's like a cookie note in there. But I can't pick out what type of cookie it is. Now, what I'm curious about, though, is I don't have a George T. Stagg, but I do have a Stagg Jr. and a pretty good batch of Stagg Jr. at that. Uno momento, I'm going to go grab that bottle. And we're going to see if it's actually better. All right, so got my Stagg Jr. I think this is batch 14B. Not really sure. It's 130.2 proof. If you guys know what batch it is, please be sure to let me know in the comments which one it is. So we're just going to pour ourselves just a little dab from this guy because this is an older batch and probably going to be unobtainium to find. So I don't want to use a ton of it for an experiment, but, good whiskey is good whiskey. So we're going to go ahead and cleanse the palate here. All right, for science. Okay. Caramely, vanilla, classic bourbon nose, not super overpowering. Like a caramel wrapped Tootsie Roll. with like a tannic oak at the back end. It's good. I mean, obviously, Stagg Jr. is good whiskey. Those rich vanillas hang around. A little bit of caramel. Okay. So now, I'm going to go back to the Smoke Eye Hill. Caramely. Woody. I mean, I gotta give it to the Smoke Eye Hill. I just based off of these two batches, I would rather drink the Smoke Eye Hill barrel proof than the Stagg Jr., which feels icky to say because I like this bottle. I've been savoring it for a long time because, you know, I want it to last. And maybe the flavor's changed a little bit, but I don't think it's changed that much. Guys, I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, I think the Smoke Eye Hill is going to take it for me. I mean, honestly, similar price point at MSRP. This one is unobtainium because of what it is. This one's a little bit difficult to find just because of its distribution area. I think they're only distributed in 4 states right now. Very similar price point. Similar age statement. This one I think is 5 to 6 years old. This I have heard is 5 to 7 years old, depending on the batch. Yeah, we have 131 and 130.2. So I mean, less than a proof point apart. I don't know what it is about this blue corn, but the blue corn is like really jiving for me. I'm digging that a lot. So overall, this is a damn good whiskey. I'm going to have to say this is probably for me, like, again, for me, I don't get a ton of allocation. I don't get a ton of like the big boy bottles. So this one really does it for me. And I'm going to call this 8.8. An 8.8, I think. Yeah, given the price, it's $85. It's not allocated. It should be reasonably available. I mean, I don't know what they did with this that makes this so unique. I do know that they use a combination of 30-gallon and 53-gallon barrels, but I don't know. Let's see. It's heirloom blue corn, yellow corn, rye, and malted barley. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. It's hard to know what to make of this other than it is just good whiskey. I'm sure there are batches of Stagg Jr. that would beat it, but for me, off the fresh pop, I like the Smoke Eye Hill. So that's what it is, guys. If you made it this far, please make sure you drop a like, drop a comment down below. Be sure to smash that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you can see whenever there's new content being dropped. We're dropping stuff all the time. We got some new exciting things going on. So I truly hope that you guys are able to try some of this and you're able to get your hands on it. And I will catch you next time. Cheers.